Hey, I'm Spencer.
I'm Britton.
I'm Ronin.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 290 albums in his Pike series, and we're going to listen to them
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head. That's one of our worst.
Welcome, bots, slunks, friends, head-getters, and bucketheads. This is
Hell yeah.
episode 53 of Gettin Head, a Bucketcast.
That's half of 106.
Holy shit, you're getting worse at this, Spencer. I mean, the only thing you're getting better at is multiplication and division here.
Debatable. I had to look it up.
You had to. Did you have to look up that one on Wikipedia? Was that all that's there for number 53?
I went to Wikipedia and I typed in math.
Just math.
Yes.
And it happened to have the one equation you were looking for.
Exactly. I got lucky.
That's super lucky.
You know when you go to Google and you click "I'm feeling lucky"? Do they still do that? Is that still an option? Can you feel lucky?
I think you
Wow.
can.
Okay.
You know what would be great is if it actually was a real reference to Magnum Force, which is what it's referring to, and you hit I feel lucky and someone shoots you with a Magnum.
That rocks.
And you just die and fall into a river or whatever the serial killer did in Magnum Force.
It's kind of what we're looking for as a society.
Yeah, I mean,
In a way.
really Magnum Force and that whole string of films that are kind of vigilante films from the late 70s, early 80s. All the Death Wish shit.
Yeah.
That stuff is a lot of people's wishes these days.
Kind of wild how boomers went from idolizing vigilantes to idolizing cops.
That's what I was going to say.
Weird?
Everyone with a Punisher
Funny how that
sticker.
happened.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Speaking of that happened, we have a guest today. Hi, guest. What did you do to get here?
Great question.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I did to get here. I've just been posting stuff on the internet for 4 years, but I don't know that any of it was good enough to make it here. Thanks for the opportunity, though. I appreciate it.
Wow. We weren't expecting that. Normally, it's it's a great fucking question.
He just called it an opportunity.
Implying someone is listening.
Yeah. An opportunity to be put on a list somewhere, maybe.
Yeah. Not a good kind of list. Not like the list.
I'm trying to get on all of those lists.
Yeah.
Not like the list at a club.
But, I want to be on a list of people most likely to die or something.
Don't do that.
Is that a list? I don't know.
I'm sure hospitals have those lists.
Oh shit, that's a list.
They're just waiting around the corner. Is this going to happen or not? Can I go on my lunch?
Yeah. You know what that list is? It's just everyone who's unvaccinated.
Oh shit! Yeah, ooh.
Yeah, it probably is.
I hate to see it.
Yeah, that's life, or the opposite.
Oopsie.
That's death.
Oh yes. Anyway, so,
Yeah.
You said nobody was going to be listening, but I listened to several episodes.
Wow,
today.
amazing!
Thank
I
you.
did.
That's so
I really
good.
Did. I really did.
That's
Wow, nobody ever does that.
I mean, people do.
So, sometimes they don't even listen to the albums. We tell them to, and they're like, "Yeah, I will."
Actually,
and then they get on the show, and they're like, "Nah, I didn't listen." And we're like,
So this week there was this guy who's on episode 20 something, and he's like, "My goal for the end of the week is to listen and get current, and then leave a really drunken message."
Oh, that's amazing!
I can tell you can definitely do one of those.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know that guy. Yeah. That guy.
He's pretty cool.
He sent me the same message. Yeah,
Okay,
he's
cool.
the guy with the rat pedal in his profile picture.
I think so.
Yeah,
that sounds right. He seems like a cool guy.
He seems like a cool guy.
And I don't know if you've checked the messages, but we've got a lot of messages.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I am logged out on my phone. I need to log back in.
Oh,
I'll do that,
dude.
I'll do that, and
That's
I'll
our
send,
fodder.
I'll send some weird messages. It'll be great.
Is there
Anyways,
someone
guest.
specifically you're referring to?
Huh?
Is there someone you're referring to specifically? The person you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's at least one person maybe who's going to listen.
No, there's several people. Like we were talking. We have a message machine.
Several people.
We have a message machine, and we put out the feelers online and like, hey, send us a message a couple weeks ago, and we've actually gotten quite a few messages. So,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They're interesting.
Yeah. It is interesting. Oh, we got a couple more voicemails. Look at that. I didn't check today.
yeah,
So we got 3 more voicemails. One of them is 3 minutes long. I don't know if we should listen to that one.
I think that might be from one of our former guests,
Oh.
Cody Cooper.
Oh my God. If that's the case, we
Cody.
definitely need to listen to that. Yeah, Cody's amazing.
Cody's
Anyways, guest, who are you and why are you here? Again.
I'm
we already covered
Ronin
memes.
Aurelia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, we started talking about memes.
Uh-huh.
A meme adjacent podcast only, so I'll be quick on that. But yeah, I have an
it's
Instagram
okay.
page. I have an Instagram page, Ronin Aurelia, and I just post funny pictures there, and I put text on images, and I post
isn't
on music and art and shit.
I love that modern art and expression has been boiled down to text on images.
Yeah.
It's pretty good shit.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
potent
actually
combo.
really nice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I've been really finding a lot of joy in Twitter lately, in just like posting an image I think is funny and a caption. It's been
Yeah.
good.
Twitter is just so much better for me for the dopamine, because like even though I get
Really?
like way less likes and stuff on there, like Twitter, I never feel like Twitter hates me. Whereas
Instagram
every
hates
other
me,
time I
yeah.
get on Instagram, I'm like,
Yeah.
You're not saying the right things, then, sir.
Yeah.
I'm saying things I believe, which are apparently not the right things to Zuck's office and like the
Right,
content
right.
moderators.
You know, I keep getting in trouble for story sharing clickhole posts. So I guess that's against the rules too, even though what they post stays up. I don't know. I have 2 violations for story sharing
Yeah.
clickhole posts.
Well,
Which is
and also, didn't you
insane.
get in trouble for posting something with like a Varg in it or something?
Oh, yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
I wasn't even in support of Varg.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't. It was
Varg
Varg
getting D's nuts.
Yeah, he got these nuts.
We talked about 2 episodes
It
ago.
was anti-Varg.
Yeah, I mean, this is an anti-Varg safe space.
But it's not. It wasn't even
everything
pro
should
Varg
be.
or anti Varg. It was pro D's nuts.
yeah,
That's the
exactly.
only message it had, which is like that's not hate speech.
You know what I got to say to
Right,
that?
right.
What's that?
D's nuts 2024.
Hell yeah,
Right?
baby.
Yeah.
Right? That's who I'm
Make,
voting for.
make America D's nuts again.
Make D's nuts again.
Make D's nuts America.
We live in a D's
That's what
nuts
every man
America.
strives for.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's up? Where are you? Where do you live? What's
Yeah.
up? What's up there?
I'm in Kentucky.
Kentucky?
Right
Oh,
now.
man, why?
Yeah, down in the south.
Getting unlucky.
I have
in Kentucky.
shoes on though.
Oh, that's pretty good. Probably.
I feel like that's the thing that most people like kind of comment on when you say you're from Kentucky. They assume that you're just like in a holler somewhere without shoes on, and
Oh, no.
right that you
Never
have
made
internet.
that assumption.
I've never made that assumption either.
Really?
I'm sorry. Did you say a holler?
Yes.
holler.
HOLLAR.
Do you know what a holler is?
I know what a holler is because I have watched all 7 seasons of Justified.
Oh, okay. So I know
okay.
it is
Yeah.
in context of hootin' and hollerin', which is I
No.
understand is another
Right,
Kentucky thing.
right.
That is,
Right.
yeah.
But no.
Oh, that's
please.
just a southern thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'll give you all of my exposure to Southern culture has been entirely through Foghorn Leghorn.
Yes, I say.
So that's all I really know about the South.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Good
I
primer.
know Foghorn Leghorn. I know the Peaches by the Presidents of the United States of America.
Speedy Gonzalez. I guess he's like Tex-Mex-ish.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure.
He
sure.
speaks English.
Southwest.
So
Yeah.
I know that. I know like growing up in Alaska, a lot of people in Alaska like
whoa, you're from Alaska.
That's right. You're from Alaska.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, I know. Holy shit. A lot of people in Alaska have this thing against Texas. It's like there's like a rivalry, a state rivalry between Texas and Alaska. And so I know
The
that a
two
lot of
big
people.
uns.
Yeah, it's because we're the biggest, you know, and like Texas wants to come at us, but we're like, dude, we're bigger than you. So
Yes, but there's way more of them than people in Alaska.
And-
though.
that's true.
And also, they've got like 50 military bases and so many guns. I mean, not more guns
They
per capita
do.
than Alaska, though, because guess who has the most guns per capita in the United States? Alaska, baby.
Alaska has the most per capita in a lot of different areas. Domestic violence, rape, suicide, alcoholism, depression. Did I say domestic abuse already?
You did.
Oh, okay.
You did.
How about domestic depression?
Oh, that's probably a thing. I just remember growing up in Alaska, I remember when I was in high school, there was a dude going around stabbing homeless people to death with a screwdriver. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was a thing going on?
There was also a gang of kids who were going around just beating up homeless people, and then also a gang of kids shooting them with frozen paintballs,
which was super fucked. And then there was always girls getting kidnapped from barista stands and shit, the coffee stands and shit.
Wow.
I don't know. Alaska's bad. End of
Why?
story.
Yeah.
Alaska's
Don't
garbage.
go there.
No.
I'm glad you guys got out.
We did.
I'm glad you got
we
out.
escaped. We're not.
Britain, you're not from Alaska, right?
I am.
We both grew up
moved here together. We've known each other since we were 16.
This is true.
That makes a lot of sense.
It really does. When you consider we're 53 episodes deep into a Buckethead podcast, not including the bonus episodes.
Yes.
There are bonus episodes?
Yeah.
And also when you consider the fact that no one else on the internet is making the connection between Tool fans and diaper fetishes besides us.
Besides us, and also Golden Corral and Pantera / the Abbott brothers, it needs to be known. We need to get that out there.
Yeah.
Spread that.
And then there's the roller coaster, the golf roller coaster that goes through the Golden Corral.
Uh-huh. Oh, I love that.
I think that's episode 1.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm bringing out the deep cuts here, guys.
Yeah, see, I don't remember anything about that, but it sounds like something one of us would say.
Yeah, if you want to tell me I said something a year ago, I'll just fucking believe you.
So it's fucked up.
If you're that racist bullshit you said a year ago, I'll be like, I'm sorry.
Speaking of racist bullshit you said a year ago, wait till we get the statements from the Britain boys.
I don't want this at all.
No, I'm joking. I actually didn't save that one. I saved a different one.
I have no idea what you mean. I don't like this at all.
It's not racist.
One of you guys was talking about Jurassic Park 2, and you were talking about how Jurassic Park 2 blows so bad.
Yeah,
that's what Spencer thinks.
Yeah, Spencer. Yeah. I 100%. I recently rewatched it, and I got halfway through, and I was like, "Has it not been 4 hours?"
Yeah. Oh, it's so boring. Yeah, and except for the sequence where the bus is falling off the cliff, it's a very exciting and well structured sequence. But that film, it's they have a couple cool set pieces, but everything in between that is so lazy and so rushed and so boring, and none of the characters that are good get to have any notable screen time. None of the characters that are new get really any character development. It's just a shame across the board.
It does have Jeff Goldblum.
It does, but he gets barely any screen time. Compared to some of the new characters and whatnot, and the relationship with his quote unquote daughter that they have in the film is terrible.
It's awkward. It's weird. It feels like it takes 2 hours to get to the island, but it's really only 30 minutes. But even why does a Jurassic Park movie take 30 minutes to get to the dinosaurs?
Exactly.
Especially if it's the sequel. We know it's there.
Yeah.
We've seen it. Just go back. Start there.
Yeah.
Easy.
There's a lot of ways you could get them to the island, right? You could do a lot, but they made the wrong choices.
Right? They could do a Lost thing where it's you know what would be cool? A cool idea for a Jurassic Park movie is a Lost type flight, lands on an island, but they discover that it's a derelict, abandoned dinosaur theme park.
That is the plot to the third Jurassic Park film.
Oh,
you're welcome.
There you go.
You're literally the plot to the third Jurassic
You're
Park
welcome,
film.
Hollywood. You're very welcome.
By the way, you said the magic word, Lost.
Yeah.
Boy. Oh yeah. Man. I need to have a Lost podcast, to be honest with you.
Please invite me on. I have lots of words about Lost.
I do
really?
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. I have a poster of a map that someone made of the Lost Island on in my kitchen.
Rocks.
Yeah.
That rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been that's one of those shows I've been meaning to rewatch for a long time, but what holds me back from doing that
is the ending.
Is the fucking last season, which is just the most miserable shit.
It goes downhill real quick after season 3.
I really liked seasons 4 and 5 because they're so hammy.
They're quick.
And it like and it's like and fucking Jeff Fahey is in it, and I love Jeff Fahey.
Jeff Fahey was amazing.
I know, and he joins the cast in
Which one
season
is Jeff
4.
Fahey?
Jeff Fahey, he's the
the old
lawnmower
guy.
man.
Yeah,
he's the fucking lawnmower
He's the
man.
older guy with a beard.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh,
Right?
Yes.
So like when he joins
Love
the
that
cast,
guy.
I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. And you got that one Asian guy, I forget his name, but he's really cool too. And like, so like seasons 4 and 5, they add some cool characters, and then season 5 they do the time travel shit, which I thought was really fun. Like it's cheesy, but it's like it's fun.
It's fine.
And but then like season 6, man, hate it.
Yeah.
The flash sideways, come on.
Yeah.
We've already flashed forward. We've already flashed back. Why do we got to do a flash sideways?
You know what would be cool is if they did a flash where it was like in MCU where it like ties into the Flash universe.
Oh, I thought you were going to
the
say
Arrow
where they
universe.
just flash to the characters like showing their
Oh
genitals.
yeah, it's like and here's Sawyer's dong.
Oh, dude, so many people would tune in for Sawyer's dong.
Sawyer's
Dude.
dong.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like, yeah, hell yeah, Sawyer's
Absolutely.
dong.
Yeah, dude, fuck yeah.
Hell,
just like-
Jeff Fahey's dong.
Yeah,
That's what I'm here for.
The name of the episode is Jeff Fahey's dong.
Yeah, lawnmower dong.
Speaking of dongs, okay, I've been really, really excited about talking
please.
about this.
Lay it on me.
Let me get so
A dong?
one of the episodes you guys are talking, and this might be a good segue. I think this might be a particularly good segue. You guys are talking about
It'll be the first one on the
Buckethead's
show.
dick.
Wait, what?
You guys were talking about Buckethead's dick, and you were saying
We've talked
were
about it several
discussing
times. We can't pinpoint
how
an episode.
long or the geometry of his member.
The dimensionality.
Yeah.
How much space it takes up.
Proportionally,
Or
it's
doesn't.
got to be at least like above average size.
I think it's incredible.
Yeah,
I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't think he uses it.
Yeah, I get that vibe too.
Yeah, it's here. I mean,
You know that so you know that meme that it's like knows what sex is, doesn't know what sex is,
Yeah.
does fuck, doesn't fuck.
He doesn't know what sex is, but he
squarely-
has sex.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah. Doesn't know what sex is, but fucks.
I don't think he fucks, and if you were to explain sex to him, he would stop you in the middle of it and be like, "Please stop. That's disgusting." And that would be the end of it.
The thing is, like, so
He's heard notions of it, but he doesn't. He's not interested.
I've done some deep research, and I can confirm that.
What can you confirm, Brit?
I can at least say that he lived with a woman for some time, who was his significant other, definitely, and he wrote a song about it. And so, Buckethead, God, although I also like to imagine a relationship where he doesn't talk to her and she just like gives him blowjobs for like 10 years of their
fucking
lives.
rules. God, that rules so much.
That's Spencer's ultimate like relationship right there.
Shut up, but also yes.
No, that's what you tell her.
Oh, fuck. I mean, that is my dream relationship, but, what can you do?
I can definitely see that. I just get the notion that it is. It takes up a significant amount of space in the Euclidean geometry. I feel like it's definitely there, and it's there.
Well, so in as much, do you feel that like Buckethead is kind of like the George Costanza of guitar? Where remember when George stopped trying to have sex, he just became like a savant.
Yeah.
He just like, read all these books and shit and got like super smart and talented. Do you think Buckethead is just like he's been so focused on guitar and like pussy's just never really been even in the periphery of his vision, so he's like he's got the blinders on to guitar. And like just
that's exactly what I'm saying.
I imagine if he did have sex, he would just be like thinking of arpeggios the entire time.
Yeah.
Probably has good rhythm. Maybe a little fast.
Probably could be very good at fingering.
Oh, I imagine he uses the Herbie mask. It's like
we can't say things like this because if we do, Buckethead will never be our friend. And we want him to be our friend.
Yeah, we do.
Is that the goal? Are you gonna? So you have to have Buckethead on the podcast at some point.
We never will.
We probably never will. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. Eventually, like at some point in the near future, we are going to go to Los Angeles and we are going to do some IRL research. But
I feel like we're
probably not going to get Buckethead
until we actually finish reviewing all of his albums, and like at least Decibel Magazine writes a write-up about it, so we can have a Wikipedia article.
Is he in Los Angeles?
Huh?
Is he in Los Angeles?
Right outside of Los Angeles.
Just outside LA, yeah.
That surprises the hell out of me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he grew up there too. Yeah,
he grew up there, and then like where he kind of got big musically was in San Francisco around the whole Primus scene. And then he just moved back to Los Angeles. So yeah, he's always kind of been stationed in California somewhere.
He seems like the antithesis of a Los Angeles, California guy.
But I mean, he's where would he fit in?
Like Issaquah, Washington.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, like North Bend. Yeah.
Yeah, like somewhere like just outside of a major city where there's like kind of like hippie-ish people and doctors.
So, somewhere where even if people knew who he was, they wouldn't fucking care.
Yeah.
Maine. Just in some like cabin in Maine.
Like
the Stephen King vibes.
I was gonna say, on Stephen King's.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. Yeah,
keep that in.
Yeah, that was a good burp. Hell yeah. Woo.
Nice. Speaking of Buckethead, though,
what about him?
Brit?
Yeah.
We do a thing on the show where Brit washes knowledge down upon our filthy bodies. So go ahead and do it.
Pretty much like piss.
Bucket fact, 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 bucket fact.
Hell yeah.
Okie dokie.
We got a bucket fact going on. Let's do it.
Today, we're going to talk about something that is rather perplexing to the greater Buckethead community.
Oh.
And that is Buckethead wait times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know a thing or two about this.
If you spent any amount of time on Buckethead forums or Buckethead Reddit or anything like that.
Even Buckethead YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, everywhere pretty much.
Everywhere.
For the past, I'd say, year to sometimes up to like, there's been issues with this going back a decade.
True.
But apparently this has been especially bad in the past couple years. You'll probably know if you spend any time on those forums that Buckethead has a bit of a shipping and receiving problem. And that oftentimes folks will order an album or something off of his website and it will just remain unshipped.
For quite some time.
Sometimes for days, sometimes for weeks, sometimes years.
Oh, fuck.
At the moment, Buckethead is experiencing the longest period between announcing and releasing a Pike, which is Pike 285 Stone of Folly, which was announced in December of last year, making more than 10 months since he put up pre-orders for it with no sign of it whatsoever shipping.
Wild.
However, this is actually pretty tame and pretty far from his longest period between announcement and shipping, namely beaten by the DVD Live from Buckethead Land Backstage Footage DVD, which was announced in August 2017, slated to ship in January of 2018, but didn't arrive to any bucket bots that ordered it until May of 2020.
Oh, shit.
Making 2 years and 9 months.
Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah. Given that Pikes, however, tend to be released at most within a month or two of their announcement, there's been some speculation in the community. Nobody's sure exactly what's going on, but he has announced and released several Pikes since the announcement of Stone of Folly and has sent out many, many illustrations and canvas cards from Buckethead Land. Someone actually tallied them up a few months ago, and he had sent out like 500 of each without sending out any albums.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. So, it's a big question mark, and we just got to ask, what's going on? Right?
Hey, what's going on?
I don't know. And honestly, I don't even know how much we can speculate. So, is that a bucket fact even?
Questionable,
or
but
is
I'll
it a
take
bucket
it.
question?
You need to have the X-Files
Oh, Unsolved Bucket Mysteries.
Ooh,
Let's start
I like
doing
that.
that. Yeah,
that'd be easier
You could
than
actually
Bucket
do that
Facts.
instead of a Bucket Fact.
I should, because that'd be so much goddamn easier.
Yeah.
That idea.
How about next week? Unsolved Bucket Mystery.
I'll get into it once I run out of. I still have some Bucket Facts slated.
Okay.
Bucket Facts.
Yeah, we listened to 3 more fucking Pikes this week.
Motherfucking yeah, we did.
Upside Down Skyway.
Yeah.
Twisted Branches.
Yeah.
And Half Circle Bridge.
Yeah.
Pikes 157 through 159.
Baby.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. It's good vibes.
Pike
I
157.
listened to all 3 of them.
Excellent.
Thanks. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Not all guests do that.
Yeah, and
Are you serious?
Most
Yeah.
guests do,
most guests do. Yeah.
but not to name any, but Tara from Nothing Lasts
Yes,
Forever.
yeah.
Did not listen.
Yes, Tara from Nothing
Not
Lasts
to
Forever
name
did not
anybody.
listen. Yes.
Not
Also,
a second?
not to name anyone, Orion, a.k.a. Space Wizard in Space, did not listen to
Oh,
all
you're
of
right.
them.
He also did not listen.
We're still going to have him back as a guest, but still.
because he's just funny enough
Yeah.
to be a piece of shit and still get on the show.
Exactly.
Wait, not a second. Not a second of any Buckethead at all?
Both of those...
Or just the albums?
Yeah.
Those albums, both of those people did listen to some of the albums, but not all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right.
Which, you know, what can you do?
Yeah.
We're just a couple of bucket boys out here
Yeah.
doing our bucket
We're
work.
not the fucking cops. We're just a stupid Buckethead podcast.
No, we're
I'm
not
glad
the
you're
Buckethead
not.
cops.
Yeah. Bucket cops. Bucket cops.
I'm glad you're not the
Bucket
cops. I'll be honest. I didn't make it all the way through Down Skyway. I just couldn't do it.
Really?
Interesting.
Okay. Interesting. Well, let's talk about that. Upside Down Skyway, Pike 157, released on July 24th, 2015, just 2 days after the previous Pike, Herbie Climbs a Tree.
2 days, baby.
What is this your first? Was this your first time listening to Buckethead, or what was your exposure?
Yeah, solo Buckethead for sure. I listen to Primus and stuff like that, and
Okay.
I think maybe I've heard some of the stuff when he was in Guns N' Roses, possibly.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the
if you played like
background.
Rock Band, like you probably heard Shackler's
Yeah.
Revenge. Like there's some songs that slipped through into the greater cultural consciousness, even though that album was kind of a flop.
Right.
Oh, man.
And I've never looked for that stuff on purpose. So, but yeah, so I was a Buckethead virgin up until today.
Oh, wow. Now you're a Buckethead cherry poppin' daddy.
Oh,
How do you feel
yeah.
about that?
I think we're the Buckethead. Cherry
Sorry.
Poppin'
Yeah, that's what I
Daddies.
meant to say. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
that's who we are.
You can be a Buckethead
right.
big bad voodoo daddy though. if you
Okay.
want.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
cool.
But now I can go forth into the world and be a cherry poppin' daddy.
Very true.
You can.
Buckethead cherry
Yeah.
poppin' daddy.
Yeah.
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 You could be a buck
In fact,
cherry
I'm
poppin'
excited.
daddy.
That's pretty good.
That's the name
that
of the
might be the
episode.
name of the episode.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's really nice.
That's pretty good. You know, can I share an anecdote really quick? Ronin, your page, I followed you for a long time, and my favorite interaction I've ever observed on your page was you posted like a video at some point. Maybe it was like a cross post from TikTok or something like that, but it was a video of you talking to a camera, and someone commented, "I hate that guy," and then you responded, "Who? Me?"
That rocks,
It's just really good.
dude.
I don't even remember that, so that's really funny.
It was a long time ago,
That's sick.
but I remember.
I
it.
want that energy.
I'm gonna have to go back and find that. Sometimes I have way more fun even than in like making the memes in the comments. I have a lot of fun in the comments with
yeah.
people. It's a lot of fun.
Hell
But,
yeah. Hell yeah. Well, anyways, Pike 157, Upside Down Skyway, is a melodic guitar rock album by Buckethead.
It
And
certainly is. I mean, it goes a lot of places.
It
though.
does go a lot of
It's,
places.
I'd say it's guitar rock some of the time. Some of the time it's straight up metal. Like track
Yeah.
track 2 is
Yeah.
like a Running Wild song without
Well,
vocals.
we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
Pike 158 is much more Running Wild.
Very true.
But yeah, that's actually really funny that you said that because literally in my notes, it says Running Wild vibes. No
Yeah.
joke.
Well,
It's funny that you...
I mean, it's got a pirate name for a song, so obviously it's pirate metal. It's called
Yeah,
Skull
yeah, yeah.
Rock Cave. Cove, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's extremely fucking Running Wild. Like,
Yeah.
they have an album called Pile of Skulls. Like, literally. Yeah.
I bet they do.
Are you familiar with Running Wild, Ronan?
No, I'm not.
They're
actually.
in 80s. Well, not only from the 80s, but they got their start in the 80s. But they're like a European power metal band that sings about pirates.
They're pirate power metal.
They're just pirate metal.
Oh yeah,
But
I like
from
that.
from like the 80s and 90s is when they were in their peak, and they're actually like bangers.
Yeah.
Like their early stuff sounds kind of like Wasp, but it's about pirates.
Yeah.
Which fucking
Wow.
rips.
Oh my god.
Which
Yeah,
is,
hell yeah.
you know, it's a good vibe.
Yeah, but eventually their later stuff kind of sounds more like maybe like Blind Guardian mixed with some
Yeah, like-
Iron Maiden-ish
Yeah,
elements.
yeah, totally. That's
Yeah.
actually a really good description of them. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but like more piratey. So like
Yeah.
a lot of
So
B
it's
minor.
not-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is like sea shanties, but like
Yes.
metal.
Yes.
Everything
Yes.
is
Okay,
like
okay.
yeah, like
Like it's
bass
like dun
triplets.
dun 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 dun, like that kind of like
Right.
vibe, but it's like heavy slamming metal.
and very
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
like Iron
Yeah.
Maiden type bass lines that da 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 da.
That's pretty
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, and lots of like double kicks.
Pretty sick. Big,
Yeah,
I'm
pretty sick.
going to jump in here, and so speaking of power, so I wanted to say I'm not a metal guy. Like
Sure.
I like heavy music, but
Yeah.
not necessarily like I'm not a metalhead. Like
I
at
definitely
all.
got that vibe with how much you posted about Donda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge Kanye fan, but like my favorite Kanye album is Yeezus, which is like the heaviest, like one of the heaviest hip hop records, you know, probably that there is. I can't think of too many other ones.
The heaviest hip hop record is
I mean-
Limp Bizkit's Significant Other.
Yeah. I would definitely make arguments for
Yeah,
like,
sure.
you know, like clipping
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Clipping,
I think
for
so.
sure.
grips.
Death
There's
Grips,
some
yeah.
Shabazz Palaces, and Death Grips
Sure,
is
yeah.
absolutely one.
Yes. Anyway, Pike 157, Upside Down Skyway.
Yeah, I liked this Pike. I thought it was
Yeah.
all right. It was a pretty like standard melodic guitar rock. There was a pretty nice guitar solo at the end of it that I liked. It was very emotive,
Yeah,
which was nice.
I feel this Pike. Actually, all three Pikes this week were definitely better than what we've been getting for quite a long time.
That's true. Yeah.
All three of them were solid Pikes, especially for albums that this guy is recording and putting out within 2 days, 4 days, and 3 days of each other. Like it's impressive.
Considering that, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely,
'cause, I mean,
definitely.
sometimes he'll do stuff that just feels like really long jam sessions or like a solo over a whole bunch of like copy pasted stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But this felt pretty intentional. There was a lot of really intentional melodies, intentional feeling solos, intentional feeling like bass and programmed drum parts. And not everything felt like it was, you know, one big long track. Like there was definitely,
Yeah, the songs felt like individual songs.
yeah.
The drum programming is what really impresses me the most, I think, with all of the stuff that I've listened
Yeah,
to from
yeah.
him. It's like, because I do drum programming myself, and it's like, it can be sort of hard
Tedious.
to make things like sound. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tedious, especially if you're
Yeah.
not a drummer and you're not like performing it live and then like having that and like recorded as like MIDI or whatever.
Totally,
Not to get
yeah,
into
it
the
takes
technical aspect, but
It takes a lot of practice and a lot of experience to make drum programming sound natural.
and a lot
Yeah.
of fucking time.
I don't know. Like I can program drums pretty darn fast, but that's just because I've been doing it for forever. And you do get faster at it as you do it for a long time. But you're right; it is really tedious
Yeah.
and it is really exhausting.
Right.
Especially when you're trying to do stuff like what he is doing, where you're trying to make drums that sound natural and sound like a real person played it.
because sometimes it's hard to tell. Like,
Yeah,
I think it was an episode I was listening to, and you guys were kind of going back and forth about whether it was programmed or not. And I guess what I took away from it was like, well, if you can't tell, then like that's something's working.
Mission
You know what I'm
accomplished.
saying? Yeah,
100%,
absolutely.
yeah.
So that's impressive. I will
Agreed.
say this was my least favorite of the three that we listened to this week. And so I think it's more about the vibes. I kept seeing because I'm picturing things as I'm listening to the music, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I kept seeing like character select screen in a Twisted Metal game.
Hell yeah.
We've definitely talked about Twisted
Hell
Metal
yeah.
energy on here.
You know
before.
what? It's so funny that you bring up Twisted Metal specifically because Twisted Metal came up yesterday in a conversation I had with somebody. I was talking about
that's funny.
the Rolling Stones and how their only good song is Beast of Burden, which it
No,
is.
no,
No.
Painted Black fucking
So
slaps.
that's what that person that I was
Dude,
talking
the
to
guitar
yesterday
part,
said.
that guitar riff fucking slaps.
So anyways, the person that I was talking to yesterday about that was like, no. Paint It Black is good because they used it as the intro music for Twisted Metal Black on the PlayStation 2. And I was like, that's a really compelling argument.
It is. It's a good argument. And no, like the thing, it just opens with the riff, like just the clean riff.
And then you
the
see
beginning.
Sweet Tooth on the fucking ice cream truck being a psycho. And
Their argument was that is what makes that a good song?
no, but they were like, that song's really good. I like it because of Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that's a good reason to like it.
I think it's a pretty good song, and like,
Yeah.
to be fair, like I have the same feelings for Super Beast by Rob Zombie because of Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
I think we
Or I
all
was
have
like-
some feelings about Super Beast.
We do.
If you're of a certain age, you have feelings about Twisted Metal, I think, in general. It also made me think of like maybe like a MTV sponsored like snowboarding game on the Dreamcast or something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's heavy, but it's not offensive.
Yeah, it's not going to piss off any parents, right?
Right, or like stock music or something. But for something that is like, we're trying to give the notion, okay, like the kids listening to metal and the parents getting kind of concerned about their behavior. So like, I don't know. I kind of got that vibe from it.
This is the type of instrumental metal they'd play as like a warning on like Christian films, like the Satanic Panic type stuff. Like Timothy just bought a new record yesterday, and he's been listening to it a lot. And I don't know. Yesterday he painted his nails.
Tight.
And we haven't seen the dog since yesterday.
Wait, what? What happened to the dog?
I don't know, Spencer, what happened to the dog?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Oh, shit. Hate to see it. Anyways, this Pike was pretty all right. I liked it. I feel like it was kind of an average Pike, maybe a little bit above average.
A little bit above.
Because of the intentionality, like you said, with the songwriting, I feel like a little bit above average. One thing that we like to do with each of the Pikes is decide like what they would be a soundtrack to in the imaginary amusement park that is Buckethead Land, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if you noticed, but the covers of all of these Pikes say Buckethead Land on the top.
Yeah.
And what that's all about is that's not only the name of Buckethead's record label that he produces and releases all of these on, but also the name of his imaginary theme park, because he is obsessed with Disneyland, because he is a special person.
Yes, truly.
With Disneyland?
Disneyland. He lives near Disneyland and has reportedly gone to Disneyland over 500 times.
Yeah.
And that was like 15 years ago.
He signed his contract to be in Guns N' Roses in Disneyland with Axl Rose.
Yep.
Which is fucking amazing.
Super crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's super weird shit.
You just blindsided me with that.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird shit going on there. And
I did listen to an interview where he's talking to someone about how his dream in life is to like have his own amusement park.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is him doing that. So, anyways, what would this be a soundtrack to in Buckethead Land? What do you think, Brit?
I'm thinking this is kind of like go-kart music to me.
Okay. Oh, yeah, for sure. I definitely want to slam into some children while listening to this.
Yeah, definitely. I can see it in an arcade. With the video game vibes that I heard, I definitely see like an arcade or something like that for sure.
Yeah, I can feel it. That sounds good to me.
What do you got? What do you got? Where does this go?
I personally feel like this sounds like the soundtrack to one of those. You know those they're like it's like a hurricane booth. You know what I'm talking
where
about?
you like grab the money and shit? Or
No.
Oh yeah.
You like get in the tube, and then the tube just like blows you with air, and then it like takes a picture of you.
Now I know about a place where you can go into a tube and get blown, but I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
Whoa!
The place with the hole in the wall?
Yeah. Is there a glory hole there?
Oh, I'm just talking about the Wendy's near my house.
That rocks.
Okay, so
quick shout out
hurricane thing.
Quick shout out to chat, because somebody said in chat, Hellbilly Deluxe is a masterpiece, and I agree.
Yeah, Rob Zombie is the super beast that I worship.
I I know someone with that tattoo. That's amazing.
What, I am the super beast?
No, I am the beast that I worship. Yeah.
I mean, that's fun. You know, I mean,
That's dumb.
It is.
But yours is better.
It's so much better.
That's really good.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Pike 158, Twisted Branches, released July 28th, 2015, just 4 days after Upside Down Skyway.
Oh man, what a ripper!
This rocks.
This
especially,
rocks.
Definitely.
It's separated
Definitely.
into 8 tracks, and the first 5 tracks are Twisted Branches Part 1 through 5, and it's this big contiguous fucking ripper. It's so good.
Yeah, and it's like really heavy, and there's like some cool guitar playing, and it's just heavy and riffy and cool.
And it's a lot of
this is
different
the one that I
genres
love.
too. Like he does like hardcore breakdowns in this.
Yeah. He does like some straight up like da da dun da da dun da da dun
He
da
does
da
like,
dun.
and then
Does a
some
bunch of that
melodic
shit.
metal. He does some
Yeah.
thrash.
Lots of thrash.
At times it sounds like 80s Megadeth. At times it sounds like 90s Megadeth.
We love that. We love the mega spectrum.
We do. I think we're both on the mega spectrum. But
You're not wrong.
I'm not.
Definitely not wrong.
But what do you think, Ronan?
I like this one a lot. I mean, it started out even like immediately. I was like, okay, I'm going to enjoy this one a lot better than the last one.
I had the same
157.
vibes with
The
that.
drum
Blast
program.
riffs, the drum programming. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like too far into the album if you guys want to take it track by track, but like part
No.
3.
Just we do general impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah, in all,
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
I mean, I've got notes on every single track meticulously, but Spencer has general
Oh my
impressions.
God.
So if you want to go deep, I am willing to go.
Okay, so there's a part 3, right? Is I'm just like the first time, like since the last record, I'm like really paying attention to it, and then
Yes.
there's a transition between part 3 and part 4. There's just incredible, and for the first time, I was like, there's some dynamics
Yeah.
A lot.
in here.
Yeah.
Because sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh, yeah, so-
Go ahead.
No. Okay, so so part 3 was like almost death metal for a lot of it, and it was a lot of like extremely staccato, like 16th note shit, where it was just like him playing the exact same thing on the guitar and the bass at the same time, and then the drums basically doubling that, which was fucking awesome. But then track 4, just like out of nowhere, it goes straight into like a like almost Simon and Garfunkel type like picked guitar part. Guitar part. And it's so cool.
Really cool. Yeah, that was a really cool transition. It was just like all of a sudden, and you're like, whoa. Oh, snap back to reality, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, there goes gravity, right?
And that's how the song, it becomes like super melodic, Mom's Spaghetti. And then at the end of track 4...
It's on my sweater already!
Yeah, it turns into a death metal song again.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was super
really
dynamic.
Good. Really good.
But it's one of those things where the production's so good to where, I mean... Everything
the production
is leveled
was great on
pretty
this
well,
one, too.
and like it's not super compressed.
Yeah.
However, there's no big noticeable difference in like volume and dynamics between the soft and the hard parts.
Yeah, that is a valid criticism. My only
It's not a criticism because like it's like not super compressed, but still you can't even tell. It's really nice. So.
Nice. Sorry, I misheard you. I was going to say my only criticism is like maybe a little bit more could have been done with bass in this one.
Yeah.
That being said, it's a nice showcase for guitar, and it's a nice showcase for aggressive music from Buckethead, which we don't hear too often. Like it's kind of few and far between that he does like a really aggressive Pike, and this is a really aggressive Pike. So it's rad.
I did enjoy like there's a part it's very short, but in part 5 he kind of actually gets into a groove, and that was really cool to just like hear that for once. And I mean, it's only 2 albums that I've listened to. I listened to a couple before that, but like, I really enjoy the funk stuff that he does.
And he does a lot of funk stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, I haven't heard a lot of that, but it was really cool to hear.
Oh, we have.
Like
these 3 albums are not that funky.
No.
But he has some albums that are all funk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need you to tell me which ones those are so I can check them out. Because
all right, that might take us.
We heard a good funky one recently. Do you remember which one it was? It was one that I really liked. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't remember
specifically. No.
Yeah, that's okay. And also understandable.
Well, I mean, I would if you want really funky stuff, I would highly recommend checking out his project with let's see, Bootsy Collins and Bernie Worrell from
yeah, Bootsy,
from,
nice.
Yeah,
all right.
Parliament Funkadelic. Yeah, it's called Praxis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's with them, and then
Slaps.
Brian Mantia plays drums. He used to play for Primus and Guns N' Roses, like big studio guy. And then you got Bill Laswell there playing usually keyboards and basses. Like he's a big producer from like the '80s, who you've definitely listened to stuff of, but you probably don't recognize his name.
Yeah, that was me.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
And then Brit told me all about Bill Laswell, and I was like, oh man, I've listened to so many records that
he's
he's
a guy.
touched.
Yeah, he's a
Definitely
guy who,
heard that name before.
Yeah, he works with like John Zorn a lot and shit like that.
Oh, you love
one of
Zorn.
those
Yeah.
guys.
Zorn Hub, baby.
Yeah, hardcore Zorn.
Yeah.
Guy right there. God, I mean, he needs to release a box set called Zornography, right?
Oh my god, right?
Right? That'd be so
Right?
good. Or
The Zorn box.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't Merzbow release a box that was called the Merz box?
I feel like that's right.
Oh,
Merzbow?
that's tight. I don't know.
Did I
That's
pronounce
great,
that
though.
right?
We should ask Ayush, Screams and Merzbow. I'm sure.
It's
he
pronounced Maresbow, actually.
Merzbow.
Yeah, Maresbow.
knows. Mayersbow.
Yeah,
One of those
John
things I've
Mayersbow.
never.
Oh, John Mayer. Okay. I love him in The Dead and Friends.
You shouldn't.
It's one of those things like I've only read, and then you get an opportunity to say it out loud. So I do like pub trivia shows and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And I end up saying words that I've never said out loud
Sure.
that I'm reading on the bit, and so it's just like, how the fuck do I say that? I don't know. I'm just gonna embarrass myself, and somebody will hopefully correct me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, what can you do, right? If you never pronounced it before, you can Google it, but sometimes you don't have the opportunity to Google it. You're just talking to somebody, and you're like, I want to talk about this thing. And then you pronounce it weird, because we're human. What can we do?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like that sometimes. I've definitely mispronounced a lot of things
Yeah.
in my time.
I like to intentionally mispronounce things.
Me
and then,
too,
and then when people like correct you, correct them.
Yes. We do that on the podcast a lot. I love it when we mispronounce things and never draw attention to it. Like, there was an episode where I was talking about Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day, and every time I talked about him, I called him Billy Joel, and just we never acknowledged it.
No. Why would you?
Why would you?
But like the moment we stop recording, you
part
can
of
be
the
like,
joke.
you know, you said Billy Joel Armstrong like 3 times, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, that was intentional.
Anyway, so
It's good.
this pike fucks.
It fucks and it
was-
rips.
Yeah,
and
it's a ripper. If you like metal, if you like instrumental metal, fuck with this album.
Man, I was almost going to say it was a Tim Ripper Owens, but that guy sucks, so we don't want to be like him.
No, definitely not.
No.
This is definitely a soundtrack to a roller coaster in the park. This is definitely Sidewinder. This is a big fucking roller coaster energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I've never been on a roller coaster.
God, we need to fix that, Spencer.
I
don't know.
I will say, I was surprised by that. I hate roller coasters.
Yeah?
Really interesting.
Tell us why. Tell us about your worst roller coaster experience.
I have like really bad like inner ear balance
I'll do it.
stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love wooden roller coasters, and I know that's probably a controversial position.
Interesting.
go up-
I mean, those are the more dangerous ones, right?
They feel more.
They don't go
dangerous.
upside down though, which is
Mm-hmm.
important.
There are some with loops. They're very few and far.
Do we want to be going upside down? Is that a wanted thing in a roller coaster experience?
Definitely.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Okay.
apparently.
Very.
I ride a roller coaster. I'm fucked up for the rest of the week.
Wow.
It's like dizzy.
fucked.
That does suck.
I hate
That's
that.
fun.
I feel like that would probably happen to me. Something would happen to me.
Yeah, your
You
hair
should
would
try
probably
one
get caught
once.
in, like a seagull.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I think a seagull would get caught in your hair. I think that's what would happen.
Oh, man.
A Fabian
man.
moment.
So I actually rode that roller coaster, Apollo's Chariot, like a month after he broke that fucking bird with his face.
That poor bird.
I know, right? But
Sucks.
imagine how cool is that? Like the last moment of your life, you're like with Fabio.
Maybe
Right
like
into
that
Fabio.
bird saw Fabio and was like, fuck that guy, and just decided to kamikaze him.
Yeah, he's like, man, I fucking hate romance novels.
Okay.
Slam.
I got to talk about Fabio for a second, because when I was a kid, I would always get Fabio and the dude from Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda, confused.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Kevin. Kevin. Who am I talking
Kevin
about?
Sorbo?
Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin
So
Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo and Fabio, I always thought were the same person when I was a kid. It was very confusing to me because I would see Kevin Sorbo and I'm like, that's the guy with the roller coaster bird.
Yeah.
And then it was like, no, that's this guy. And I was like, but they're the same guy. They're not.
Kevin Sorbo.
Was that not Hercules?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was Hercules.
Kevin Sorbo, right?
Yeah.
And he's also
Okay,
a
cool.
crazy alt-writer.
Oh, he's so
No.
crazy.
He's also like the cheapest man in Hollywood to get on your film.
Oh, yeah.
It
He'll
costs
be
like
in
$2,000,
damn dog
and
shit.
like as long as the word God is in every third line of his, he'll be in the fucking movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a giant piece of shit on Twitter too.
yeah, he
like
is.
constantly posting just absolute filth.
I can
and
definitely
garbage.
see that.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah.
Him and Chuck Norris, I'm sure, just get on
Oh.
really well. Yeah.
Oh, I bet they go to the same bathhouse together and
Oh, they definitely
lick
do.
each other's taints.
No,
Use
that's
the
nice.
same
That's
glory
wholesome.
hole.
Yeah.
No, because then
For
like
sure.
once they leave the bathhouse, they're like, fucking gay people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they say that, but then they're in the bathhouse,
Right.
Yeah.
participating. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's their thing. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, it's the way of the action star. Either you you die in the closet, or you live long enough to get photographed in a bathhouse sucking on another action star's taint.
Sure.
there you go.
Yeah.
We've all seen
The
it a
circle
million
of life.
times.
Speaking of the circle of life, Pike 159 half circle bridge.
That was almost a
That's a
segue.
transition.
Almost.
That's a transition.
Wow.
Released on July 31st, 2015, just 3 days after Twisted Branches.
Yeah, hell yeah. This one is also really good. I thought that this was also
This
a really
one's pretty
strong
good.
Pike.
Yeah, this is definitely not as good as the previous one, but still pretty good.
Yeah, this one has
I
some
agree.
interesting guitar riffs in it. Like the first half of it is very metal focused, and there's some interesting guitar playing in it. Where he's doing like riffs and then doing like tapping stuff or like playing open strings and stuff, and like it sounds cool. And then it just becomes an ambient soundscape.
Yeah, are you
Out
talking
of
about the last
nowhere.
track?
Yeah, so
Ted?
the last track, Tet, it got interesting. It did like parts of it were like very super rhythmic and sounded maybe like Southern American. Gave me some mild Sepultura vibes.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
I can definitely hear that, yeah.
But most of it was just like ambient and interesting and like almost like not horror soundtracky, but like haunted house soundtracky ish.
I got really excited for Ted. Like when it first started, I was really into it, and I kept having the moment where we're like, okay, wait, never mind though, I'm not into this, and we're like, oh, because it's these like sections where it's like he's doing different stuff and like rhythmically experimenting and stuff like that. It was very, very strange. I didn't expect that, but it was all right.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, no, it was a cool track.
Pike 159.
The drums,
It was all right.
I'd say Pike 59 was more than all. I think Pike 159 was good.
I think Pike 159 was good as well.
I mean, it was the lower side of good. It's like a 7 out of 10.
Do you
Solid
think
6.5?
Do you think we should do a Pike of the week? Like each time we do it, we'll just be like, hey, this is
That's a good idea.
our favorite Pike of the week.
Why start with the good ideas now, Spencer?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I will say, so the drums though, at the beginning, in the first track, was it half?
Yeah.
Apple's
Yeah.
first track?
I didn't love them. They were a little too electronic for me.
Yeah, he did the electronic drums. Yeah,
Throw a glue compressor on the master or something. Like the drums were not, I feel like, not mixed well. I was kind of surprised by that.
There's
But
a couple.
it was 2 days, 3 days. So
Yeah, and there's a couple points in some of his pikes where you can tell that he was just like, kind of on a run, making a lot of cool songs, but then he decides to basically use the template of one song, but change one of the fundamental tones, like his guitar tone, and it just doesn't work. He'll be doing a metal song, and then he's like, yeah, but what if I do this with soft guitar? But everything else is the same. And sometimes it'll work, but sometimes the dynamics just do not work. And the whole mix is crowded out by, snare or whatever.
that's the price you pay for experimentation.
It is.
yeah. Do we know like what his process is?
No,
Sorry. Yeah.
No, so he...
Like, do we know anything about it?
not really.
We know one thing for pretty much certain. He makes these albums with a fella named Dan Monty, with whom he's worked for about the past 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
all of these Pikes are essentially those two guys in some form.
Right.
We don't know what form that takes.
Well, I mean, Dan Monty has credited himself on the website of doing bass, programming, and production.
and guitars too.
I
Isn't
don't
he?
think he
Isn't he
didn't
credited?
say that on the website.
No?
He
I
didn't
thought
credit
he
himself.
credited himself for guitars. Okay,
Not on the Pikes.
All right.
No.
Do we know who that is?
Yeah,
Yeah, we know the
Okay,
guy,
okay.
and he started out. He met Buckethead through. He was doing some mixing stuff for Guns N' Roses in the early 2000s.
Okay.
and he's like
They
a
just hit it
session
off.
guitarist,
Yeah.
studio guy.
Yeah, he also he plays lead guitar for Serge Tankian's solo band. I guess.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So,
He's out there. He's doing
He's
stuff.
definitely out there. I think we can maybe get Dan Monty. We're gonna try.
I've tried. I've put feelers out, but we should try other ways.
We're gonna
'Cause,
try. Yeah.
Yeah, I've only sent some emails.
Yeah, I'll send some emails too.
he didn't get back to you?
No one gets back to me.
Yeah, such is the curse.
I got back to you.
I appreciate that.
That
I
is
wasn't
true.
doing anything else.
People on Instagram get back to me.
Yeah.
They respond to me on Instagram, but that's about it.
We're always on our phones.
Yeah, you know?
true.
And then you see stuff and you're like, what's this
Doom
weird
scrolling.
guy?
The problem is
Yeah.
pretty much everyone within Buckethead's inner circle does not use social media.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
I had a brief conversation with Bill Moseley, who's a very famous actor. He's got millions of Facebook Instagram followers. So I messaged him and asked him if he'd be on the show. He actually responded, and we had somewhat of a conversation. But then he asked if I had any sort of contact with Buckethead, and I said no. And he just never responded to anything again.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
You wanted a little something out of it.
Yeah, I wanted to
Mhm. Get to-
reconnect with Buckethead.
I'll only
B.
do it if Buckethead is there.
So one of my favorite things about that, though, is the way the relationship ended. After they had made, I think, 7 or 8 albums together, Buckethead just calls up Bill Moseley one day and says, hey, just to let you know, I'm not going to be talking to you anymore. And Bill Moseley says, wait, what? Any reason? And Buckethead says, no, not really, and hangs up.
They haven't talked
That
since.
was 10 years ago. Haven't
Yeah.
talked since.
That is not surprising.
yeah,
I know,
that
right?
seems like
And-
a Buckethead move.
Yeah, it does.
It definitely does. Which is why I was surprised that he lives in outside of LA. I feel like he would be there's way too many people there.
You think?
I would
Yeah.
have to. I would
Yeah.
maybe have to talk to people. I'm not interested in living there.
He doesn't seem like the type that would want to. He seems like the type of person that is maybe, and I can't speculate on this too much, obviously, but since we don't know him, but he's maybe thriving as a result of the pandemic.
Yeah, but he hasn't
Yeah.
released nearly as much
Yeah.
material.
That's
He's been painting a lot, which is weird.
That's true, but also there seems to be in Buckethead's release schedule, there seems to be long drought periods and then long periods of tons of stuff coming out. I would
It
guess.
sounds like you're talking about his masturbation schedule here.
Maybe I'm talking about my own
his
masturbation
release
schedule.
schedule.
Sometimes
he's
there's
not
a
much
lot
coming
of
out.
fun.
Sometimes he's letting a lot of
Sometimes
stuff
there's a
just
little bit of
come out.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends
But
on how much water I drink.
I've made I've made this prediction in the past, but I'm sticking to it, and that is that I think during the pandemic, Buckethead has made a bunch of albums, and we just haven't seen them start to come out yet. I think that
they'll just drop all at once.
I think that 2022 is going to be another 2015
Yeah,
for Buckethead. He's going to release a fucking 120 albums. And,
Bucketful.
yeah,
and everybody deserves to rest for a second too.
that's true.
Know?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's just depressed and racked
Yeah,
with anxiety.
you know what I want to hear more of, and it's something I'm surprised I don't hear more of. Is I want to hear him doing guitar solos on other people's shit.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because
That'd be
he's
cool
so
if that-
he's so good, and he has such a unique style, and it's it's so noticeable. Anytime I hear him doing a guitar solo, I'm like, oh, that's Buckethead for sure.
Yeah.
And so it's
yeah,
it would be cool to hear him playing on cool shit. Why doesn't that happen?
You know what would be sick as hell
Hmm.
is if he just did all the 4 best Death albums and he just did all of Chuck's solos. Those are all the worst solos on those albums.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Chuck was better as a rhythm guitarist.
I mean, yes, but he's still written some pretty iconic leads.
Leads.
Yeah.
Not solos.
I'm hoping I hear him on the next Taylor Swift record.
See, I'm hoping that too. That would be great for him. Like, and he could do it.
I think so.
Yeah.
It would be even better for Taylor Swift.
I know.
Wow.
It would be great. I want to hear him on the next Michael Bublé record.
Michael
Michael Bublé record.
Michael Bublé.
Honestly, I would be so fucking down for that.
Oh, or how about like Buckethead and Joe Bonamassa?
Ew. Fuck you. Fuck Joe Bonamassa.
Buckethead and Victor Wooten.
Victor's rad.
Victor's rad.
I love Victor Wooten.
How long ago was that? I actually got to go to Victor Wooten's Bass in Nature camp like a decade ago.
Yeah.
So I know
Holy
Victor.
shit.
He actually still recognizes me, which is the weirdest shit. Like,
wow.
Last time I saw him live after the show, like, he recognized me and my dad, even though it had been like 6-7 years since he saw us.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Really, really one of the best.
But going back to Michael Bublé for a second, since this is a Michael Bublé podcast.
This is getting sponsored ads, a Michael Bublé podcast.
Yeah.
What time is it? Do you know how long I waited to hear Michael Bublé so I could talk about it? No, I'm just kidding. But the people that get hate from the music community that absolutely do not deserve it, okay? Mm-hmm. Michael Bublé, leave the man alone. I'm not saying I listen to Michael Bublé all the time. I'm not saying
obviously you listen to Michael Bublé all the time because of what you're saying.
Obviously.
It's understood. Understood.
Yeah. I'm not overcompensating or anything here. But the man did nothing wrong.
I mean, let the man have his Frank Sinatra cover band.
Yeah.
And his licensed music. That's all he's asking for, is to make $1 billion on basically Frank Sinatra's music.
Yeah.
Which was written by anyone but Frank Sinatra anyway.
That's true. That's true.
You're just giving more money to like dead Jewish songwriters from the 1960s.
Well,
something about that sentence feels problematic, but I don't know what it is.
Like, Jewish songwriters and like show tunes writers wrote all of fucking Frank Sinatra's shit. Like,
no, that's true.
It's like Meatloaf. Yeah. Like Meatloaf, like if you take away like the guy who is Meatloaf, it's this little Jewish dude.
One of Meatloaf's daughters lives near me, and sometimes where I do pub trivia and stuff like that, she'll be there, and somebody will be like, "Hey, Joe, Meatloaf's daughter's over there." Okay,
cool.
What am I supposed to do about that? I mean, it's cool, but
fuck her. Fuck.
You know what you got to do? Her. You got to come up to her and you got to be like, "Hey, it's really nice to meet you. I love your dad. He's delicious."
I love your dad with ketchup.
I had your dad for lunch.
Do you taste anything like your dad?
Oh, there you go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. Well, I believe it's the time of the show.
It's where we say what that album, Pike 159, Half Circle Bridge, would be a good soundtrack to.
You're right.
I think it'd be a good, just good music next to a footbridge. How about that?
A footbridge?
There's got to be footbridges. Like,
sure.
Yeah, there's water in the park, obviously. There's got to be.
What we've described so far of Buckethead Land just describes it as a chaotic place where different music is playing from every fucking speaker in the entire entire facility.
A different song out of every hole.
Wow, that's the society. That's the future liberals want.
That is the society we live in.
Yeah,
that sounds very nice.
I'm told we live in one. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Uh-huh.
It's footbridge music.
Cool.
Would y'all like to take a journey with me?
I would love to take a journey. Would you like to take a journey with us?
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
Statements from the Bucket Boy.
Oh my God. Oh my God, we're here. We did it. This is the part of the show where we like to shine a light on the filthiest parts of the internet and report back what we see.
We just shine that flashlight right into the hole.
Right into the rectum of the internet, which is the YouTube comment sections, and we subtract the fine nuggets that we want to share here. Get things going. YouTube user Johnny Blaze says 1 year ago, I imagine Buckethead coming from a planet where all conversation is conducted with guitar and the atmosphere continually produces thunderous backing drums. YouTube user Christian Marita responds with a different idea and simply says, drugs.
Yeah, I agree. So what was the original guy's name?
Johnny Blaze.
So Johnny Blaze imagines Buckethead coming from a different planet. I personally imagine Buckethead coming from his phallus.
I was going to say, yeah, I just imagine Buckethead coming.
Yeah. That's all I
he
think.
comes guitar solos. Oh, you know what? Speaking of coming and guitar solos, one of the funniest stories you've ever told me, Brit, is that you told me this about 10 years ago and it's never left my brain. And you were like, I got so high the other day that I couldn't have sex because there were too many loud guitar solos happening in my head.
I do remember this. Like, I was trying to bone down, but like it was just literally like the Cacophony album in my head.
Yeah. Totally. You got Jason Becker and fucking Marty Friedman just shredding.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Were you examining trying to examine each individual one so your mind was just like distracted? Or was it just like,
I was young and an inexperienced stoner at the time, and so like I got way too fucking high, and like, you know, that's a thing. Like,
it's a thing that can happen.
Yeah. I and for some reason my mind was just like, hey, I'm gonna play you fucking guitar solos, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm trying to fuck, and my mind's like, no,
right,
nah, dog, guitar solo time.
Yeah, speaking of guitar solo time, YouTube user MT Space says, 5 years ago, Upside Down Skyway sounds like the triple X underbelly of a large U.S. city. Just dirty and filthy and awesome.
I wish it was the triple X underbelly with Vin Diesel.
I know, right? Yeah.
It sounds like you're talking about the scene in Demolition Man where they go underneath the sewer.
Love that.
And they're eating rat burgers.
Oh,
yeah.
And, with what's his face?
Dennis Leary.
Yeah, Dennis Leary.
There we go. Yeah.
Leary, right?
See, you know what happened is I almost said Ice-T because I was thinking Johnny Mnemonic, where Ice-T plays the underdwelling, like, dude.
God,
yeah,
we really need to bring it back to post-apocalyptic films with underground societies.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the reason, like, post-apocalypse has not been a great genre in the last 15, 20 years, is everything's above ground. We don't want that. I want an underground society.
I want underdwellers, dude.
That's a really good point.
That's what I want.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Murlocs.
Yeah, we need Murlocs. We need Murloc representation in media.
Yeah.
I gotta say. And speaking of that,
Murloc and roll is what I say.
Shut up, Mur Pop and Lock. From the Earth Studio says 5 years ago, well, go damn is all I can say. I'm blown away again. Go damn. That's one word, no spaces. Go damn.
You said
go damn
from the Earth Studio. I bet that's the guy from Earth. He looks like he'd say that.
He does.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, the guy from Earth has a very. The guy from Earth looks like he would sell you some soap at a farmer's market.
Yeah. He looks like.
And it would be mushroom soap.
If you took the picture of Michael Gira. If you took the picture of Michael Gira from Swans, where he's wearing a cowboy hat, and just multiplied it by itself, it'd be that guy from Earth.
That's true. Yeah. You're not wrong. They all.
He's not as problematic as Michael Gira, is he?
No, I don't think so.
Is Michael Gira problematic? I mean, that would not surprise me. I have an independent meme page just for Swans memes.
You do.
But I don't pay any attention to Swans. Yeah. I just think they're funny to make fun of.
Yeah, no, there was some stuff that came out about that guy a couple of years ago that was not great. Yeah.
Yeah, with someone that he worked with that was a member of the band and then left and then he produced their albums. I remember correctly.
That's bad to Michael Hira.
Is it Hero?
Shut up. Shut your fucking face. That was a pun. Also known
Michael
as a play on
Gojira.
More like Michael Bublé.
No.
Okay,
YouTube user Frankincense says 4 years ago, surely in jest, I wish Bucket would release more music. Sometimes I have to wait 2 days. It's terrible.
Surely an infinite jest.
You're just on it today. You're on one.
The thing is, I'm not even listening to what
I know
you're saying.
you're not
I'm
listening.
just like,
yeah.
He said 2 words I can make a connection to here.
That's true. You're making connections. Speaking of making connections, YouTube user Buckethead Imagineering says 4 months ago,
That rocks.
if Buckethead never secures a spot playing guitar at Disneyland, I'll be bummed. The man has dropped enough hints, Disney Corporation. Think of the possibilities.
So he actually already has technically played at Disneyland.
Do tell.
He's played at their House of Blues.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's played like a full show or two there. So he kind of technically has. I mean, he's never played directly like in the park.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
still, you know.
Disney adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give it
Counts
that.
for something.
Ramon says 6 years ago, what a sound, man! I love Buckethead's music. He's magic. Pure.
Pure magic.
Yeah, he's magic, comma, pure. No
Pure.
punctuation.
That's how I talk about good cocaine.
Magic, comma, pure. Yeah. Evil Dog with another hot take.
I'm sorry, is it D-O-G, D-O-G-G, or D-A-W-G?
D-O-G. Evil Dog.
That's really important.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
It is.
Reasonable person.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like
Reasonable
imagine,
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how different would I be if I was a D-O-G or a D-O-A-W-G Vorbis?
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah.
It would be completely different. Yeah.
Completely different vibe. Yeah, 100%. Evil Dog says 6 years ago, he is music.
I feel like we've heard this exact same take before.
I'm always gonna capture those takes. I love just he is music. Yeah, he is music.
Yeah.
Buckethead, he is music.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, so
I'm
that's.
so glad that you guys aren't those Buckethead fans. I could have ended up on a podcast with those fans, and I'm really glad that I did.
I mean, I gotta say, I do agree that he is music.
Yeah,
just saying. I know it's a hot take, but
And
he might be music.
Honestly, I gotta thank you for that assessment because, I mean, it's been 53 episodes now, and up until you said that, I was thinking I was the other type of Buckethead fan.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Fuck.
Speaking of the other kind of Buckethead fan, here's one of my favorite types of Buckethead fans. YouTube user Cruiser says, 1 year ago, edited. I hear this tune in my head when I'm welding. Hell yeah. Beads be looking real smooth.
Oh yeah, love a good bead. Got
Good
that
bead.
diamond? Get those dimes
Yeah.
on the
Nothing
TIG
gets me
machine.
harder than
Hell
a
yeah,
bead.
fucking
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
We stand welders on this podcast.
We've always stand
fuck
Welder
yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
it's not Welder Wednesday today, but one of these days we'll do a cast on Welder Wednesday.
No, you know what it is
Wednesday,
though.
every
It's
day in your heart.
Fabricator Friday, motherfucker.
Oh,
Welders
ayo,
included, baby.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is Welder Wednesday in our hearts every day. Yeah.
One of
Speaking
my
of
best friends is a welder. So.
Oh, yeah.
love that.
Hopefully he's unionized.
Speaking of
yeah.
Welder Wednesday, YouTube user 3 Visions God Park says
Hell
5
yeah.
years ago, this man is literally reaching the point of true apotheosis, in my opinion. Surely, at some point after 200 plus studio albums, all of which are better than 99% of all guitarists alive, must come a point where one transcends from mere mortal into a true god. I think we're all evolving together right now in this moment, and we need to look no further for proof than our dear friend Buckethead.
Wow.
That guy's a Tool fan.
Yeah, that dude fucking listens to Tool, 100%. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's a Tool boy.
That dude has a lot of books, and he doesn't read.
Yeah, we should do a new version of that meme we were talking about earlier, but it's like, knows what books are, reads, doesn't know what books are, doesn't
That's
read.
actually great. Because there's so many. You could just do that with full 4-people bands.
Let's make a bunch of those this week,
Yeah,
and we'll share each
Absolutely.
other's things. That'll be fun. Yeah.
Like Decemberist,
Yeah.
knows books, has books, reads the books. I don't know the rest.
Yeah, I feel like Jack White.
Doesn't know what books are and doesn't read.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
Like the only way he'd read something is if it was like printed on a guitar.
Yeah, and also like his fucking guacamole recipe.
Does he?
Do you know about his guacamole recipe? Oh my
no.
goodness, Jack
Enlighten
White's
me.
guacamole recipe.
As to Jack White's guacamole recipe.
One of my favorite headlines of all time is Jack White sues school for leaking his guacamole recipe or something like that. He maybe didn't sue them, but he got mad at them because as part of his his concert rider, he requests that guacamole be made for him.
I have heard
with
of
a
this.
very
I have heard of
specific
this,
recipe. And if they don't make the guacamole recipe correctly, he gets mad. And then so like he played at a local, or not local, but he played at like a college, and one of the college kids that was like working on this was like, this is fucking dumb. So they took a picture of it and posted it on Twitter or Reddit or something, and it became a meme, and it's hilarious.
As it should, because like
come on.
If you're wealthy, like beyond, I mean, if you're living your dream, and you're really pissed off about someone revealing your guacamole recipe, especially if he's not a professional guacamole maker. He has it's not a trade secret.
Yeah, he's not losing money by
Where are we as a society where we can't keep our guacamole recipes secret?
Indeed.
You know, literally what happens in this situation is more fans bring him the guacamole he loves.
Potentially.
Which is like, why are you mad, you stupid son of a bitch? You get free guacamole from your adoring fans.
I think he was mad because like people started making fun of him for having a guacamole recipe in his rider, which they should.
They should.
Like he deserves to be made fun of for that. That's stupid.
That is stupid diva. That's the ultimate diva shit. That's amazing.
That's dumb
I
shit.
imagine Jack White only listens to audiobooks, but he only listens to audiobooks through Victrolas.
That's pretty good.
Or like gramophone.
He just has like someone with a lathe press all the books onto vinyl for him.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the twisty one where they have to. He just like hires someone
the
to
wax
turn
tube. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I bet he whacks off to that.
Wax on, wax off.
Hell
you know what I
yeah.
mean, right?
I don't.
Yeah, whacking off is what I mean.
What's that?
We'll get into it later.
Will we?
YouTube user FLFCH says 6 years ago.
It's pronounced.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for that correction. Hollywood, give BH a soundtrack to do. Awesome riffs and tech sounds, abstract and ultra cool. Many can play guitar, but only one can play with total control and mastery, and that is BH.
I mean, there's lots of guitarists that can play with total control and mastery.
I would agree with that, but I also agree that he should be doing
more
Hollywood film scores.
I mean,
yeah,
he has
let's do
done
it.
several. Like, you know, he was on.
He hasn't done the score, but he's been on scores before.
Right. Well, no, he has done one full score.
What? Which
it was
one?
for a horror movie. We
Right,
talked
we
about
talked
it a while
about that.
ago.
Yeah, okay,
it wasn't very notable, but you know,
we should watch that. We got to do a review.
But he's also been, you know, he has a ton of stuff on like the Ghost of Mars soundtrack.
Right, yeah, because he worked with Anthrax and John Carpenter on the Ghost of Mars soundtrack.
Yeah, right?
I haven't thought about that in a long time. Holy shit.
It fucking rules. There's video of the recording sessions of that online.
That's the video of the
and
song.
It's fucking incredible.
It looks rad. I would love to have been a fly on the wall for the meeting because they're all there together. Pretty much the whole band of Anthrax, John Carpenter, and Buckethead are all in the same studio together.
Incredible.
And like, even if you're not into metal, like that's history right there. That's
absolutely.
And also, like, John Carpenter is one of the best musicians / filmmakers to ever exist.
Knows what
100%.
books are
100%.
and reads.
I mean, knows what books are, and fucks.
The books.
Yeah.
She's like, I got this new Clive Barker novel, and it's looking pretty good, if you know what I mean.
I love that he just like doesn't care about movies anymore, and he just gets high and plays video games all day. Like that's his whole thing. He just gets high and plays video games.
It's those two things. But,
yeah, he doesn't make movies anymore.
But yeah, he doesn't make movies anymore, but he still makes soundtracks for movies that don't exist.
Yeah.
With his son-in-law and then his stepson.
Yeah. They have a sick band, and they're tight as
I
fuck.
saw them briefly on a Head Full of Acid after I got rained out of an Aphex Twin show in Houston, Texas a few years ago.
What?
Rock.
Lots of stuff going on there.
That's a rock.
rad.
That's a rock lobster right there.
It was a real rock lobster.
So in the filthy and disgusting world of YouTube comments, there's one particular person we like to give a special window to. They're a special soul.
He has his own safe space here with us.
Yeah, and we made some songs about him. So let's do that. Let's kick that.
Here's the soundtrack to Jordan Vine.
Master of the ship key, a bucket bot divine. Tormentor extraordinary, it's time for Jordan Vine.
Oh, yeah. Jordan Vine says, 4 years ago, in a rare all lowercase comment, Buckethead is sitting right now on his throne at the very top of the Everest mountain of guitarists, and he can't be moved or knocked off.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Everest mountain of guitarists, I don't know if Everest is a great comparison to make anymore to anybody, because, like, Everest is, I will say, the most gentrified thing since Joy Division.
Yeah. You're right.
You can't climb Everest or, like, get a spot on Everest unless you're rich, basically.
Everest and guacamole. Guacamole has been gentrified, I think, to the nth degree.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah.
Like
by Jack White.
Costing so much, but avocados, like, they cost so much because they require so much fucking water to make, and 95% of the avocados produced in America are made in California, who is going through a perpetual drought.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, producing as many avocados and pecans as they do in California is like sucking up all their goddamn water. It's nuts.
And they have those prizes in the middle.
Literally nuts. Literally
yeah, they
nuts.
do. I wish it was a different
Because of
prize
pecans.
because it's always like
Very
the brown
nuts.
ball. Like can
Literally
avocado
nuts with pecans.
can avocado makers just, put a different toy in there? Like I'm tired of the brown ball.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like the Wonder Ball, except every time you just get that like fucking thing that you can throw at a cop.
But see, yeah.
Normalize throwing avocado pits at cops.
That's our millennial revolt,
Yeah, that's the only thing we got left. Is
Yeah.
like, we're gonna eat our avocado toast and throw the fucking pit at you, fucking pig.
Put the pits in your old school mouse, your rollerball mouse.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah,
Perfect for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You gotta whittle it down a little bit. Last Jordan Vine moment today, and this is a really intense one. A lot of caps here. I'm not going to yell them all, but you're gonna feel the energy with me, okay? So Jordan Vine says, 4 years ago, holy fuck! The absolute god of all guitarists! No other guitarist can match Bucket's phenomenal skill. I'll never bore of complimenting and praising Buckethead, because he, without any doubt whatsoever, because he deserves it, and it's true, incredibly true, the truest thing I can ever say about him. Jordan Vine.
Love that Jordan Vine.
You gotta love Jordan Vine.
So
beautiful.
He's so fucking passionate.
So you're not really clued into this, but Jordan Vine is on almost every single one of our episodes because he has a comment on nearly every single Pike video on YouTube.
No, definitely not. I'll say that he definitely does not have a comment on almost every single Pike.
I would say 75% or better.
That's probably closer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on a lot of them
very often.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is though, Do you pull from both Poly and Humano Being?
Oh yeah, always.
Okay, because he's usually on one of the two.
On one of the two, yes.
Does he know that he's featured heavily in this
We
podcast?
have no idea. We have probably not.
The beautiful thing about YouTube is like you can't like talk to anybody on there.
Yeah, and
messages.
you also can't see someone's comment history.
You can't, and so like I would love if Jordan Vine became aware of us and like contacted us.
Oh my god, if he could leave us voicemails, I would die a happy man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would kill
Yelling?
you a happy man. If
I love
happened,
that. I love that.
Yeah.
We're gonna do two statements from the Britain and Spencer Void, and you're not gonna play the song.
Are you sure I'm not?
Yeah, you're not
because
allowed.
I'm gonna edit it into the fucking.
I hate you. I
like
hate
I
that
do every
song.
time, you son of a bitch.
I hate that. You're terrible.
Wait, are you talking about this song?
And don't you dare. You're not allowed to play it. That's an in joke. You don't get to experience that. Anyways, on March 30th, 2018 at 1:02 p.m., I texted you and said, "Have you watched Frasier recently? Because it's insane, dude. I've been watching it because, I don't know, I hate myself or whatever, and it's a trip." You responded almost immediately, "Yeah, dude, I watched almost half the entire run last year." It's fucking stupid.
It sucks.
Frasier and Niles are the most loathsome protagonists ever written.
Yes.
And I responded simply, "Frasier
That's the draw.
podcast."
No one wants a Frasier podcast, but you know what people
true.
do want?
What's that? No, they don't want that. I don't know why it sounds like that, but
From the Britain Void.
okay. Lastly, we're gonna close things off with one last statement from the Britain Void, and this one's a doozy. On May 28th, 2019. Oh yeah, it is 2018. Sorry, 2018. You texted me at 12:49 a.m. Saying, "Quote, dude, I got it." I said, "Yes, hit me." You responded, "Let's start an incredibly ironic new metal cover band and make tons of money at it." I said, "Okay, I'll get cornrows." You said, "I'll dye my hair blonde. We'll wear matching Godsmack sweatpants."
Dude, that rocks so fucking hard.
Statements from the Bucket
So I think the only thing that's more new metal than that is maybe like matching Corn overalls.
No. The Corn Adidas, like the Corn tracksuit, the plush velvet Corn tracksuit that they released in '98. That is peak
but
new metal.
instead of the
really
Adidas logo, it has the Limp Bizkit logo.
Whoa,
A little too much for me. A little too heavy.
that's too heavy for me, man.
I just know that there has to exist pajama pants with the Godsmack logo all over it, like in just different like places.
It's got. I mean, Walmart exists, so presumably that exists,
True.
right?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
I feel like they're
wearing
right,
a Tweety Bird shirt.
Yeah, they're right
yeah.
next to the Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster hat.
Yeah, Cookie Monster. Yeah, the Cookie Monster bucket hat.
Whoa, yeah.
It's not. It has nothing to do with Buckethead.
No,
Let's
definitely
be
not.
clear.
No.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
Buckethead would never wear a Cookie Monster bucket hat.
No, definitely.
Do you guys
wouldn't.
still do the recommendations?
Oh
segment
yeah,
on
we're
the
gonna
podcast?
get that.
Yeah, we do recommendations, plugs, all
Okay.
that kind of
All right.
stuff. I don't know what Spencer's doing now because we're done with statements.
Yeah, now. Oh yeah, sorry. It's the recommendation section, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and introduce it.
Hey, here's the section of the show where we do recommendations. Ronin, what do you have to recommend to us this week?
So my recommendation is, so like when you're flossing, what you want to do like is not flossing is not necessarily just pulling the floss through like between your teeth.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's
You wanna
also a
really-
dance that they do in Fortnite.
Yeah, 100%.
It is.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
also like when you take the floss, you want to go up into the gum.
Yeah.
And you want to use it sort of like just
Like
to
a
like to
scraper.
get up in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a scraper, absolutely. and you want to just get up in there and get all of that, the plaque and stuff, like around between your gums and your teeth.
So
I think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. Interesting fact about that. So studies have been done seeing how much flossing actually affects tooth decay, and it's incredibly minimal. However, it is incredibly good for gum health. And so flossing really has nothing to do with getting plaque off of your teeth. Brushing well does that enough. Like, flossing is for the fucking gums.
Yes, absolutely. And so your gums will bleed at first, and that's okay. But I'm going to tell you what, if you're flossing right, it will make your mouth feel like you will feel like a different person. It's like taking a really, really good, it's like taking a really good poop.
Yeah. That's nice. I've been really lazy. I used to be really good about flossing. I used to floss every day, and like I have not been flossing every day for a while. I should get back to that.
So one of the best
I haven't flossed in forever.
Yeah, one of the best feelings I gotta say is like flossing well and then doing a rinse with like really strong mouthwash.
Oh yeah, that's a feeling.
That pain.
I haven't had mouthwash in a long time. That seems nice.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Get the stuff with the alcohol in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The stuff that they keep behind the locked cabinets in Anchorage, Alaska, because too many people drink it to get drunk.
They do. That is 100%.
Really?
Yep. That is a very true thing.
Yeah, that is
there's
100% true.
There's like this big plastic part of the fucking dental care aisle that's all the mouthwash. It's super weird.
Yeah.
But you can just buy 40s. You can just buy Old English. Like, why would you drink mouthwash?
Because people steal the mouthwash.
Well, and
the booze was already locked up anyway.
And so they don't sell booze at grocery stores in Alaska.
True. Yeah.
So you can only buy it from a liquor store, like beer, wine, and hard alcohol. You can only buy from a liquor store.
True.
Okay.
And liquor stores have weird hours in Alaska, also because puritanical nonsense. So it's dumb.
Beeritanical nonsense.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brit, what you got to recommend us?
I don't have anything this week.
Okay.
I got
wow.
Sorry.
Hate to see it.
Literally, I like this whole week.
Well, you know what?
Oh, actually, you know what? No. I'm going to recommend something that you and my brother recommended to me. A really great podcast called You're Wrong About.
Oh, it's great. I listened to like 2 episodes of that today.
Yeah. Super fantastic podcast. Like pretty low committal, but they do have like some episodes that run like, I mean, their series on the O.J. Simpson trial is literally like 10 different episodes spaced out through a year. Yeah. And so you can, it's as much commitment as you want to take, but the two hosts are very wonderful, very well researched. Highly recommended.
Like a good perspective too. They have good perspectives on things, and they're not too like, I don't know. It's not too like spicy.
It's not too spicy, but it's still.
But they're very like.
It's hosted by like a couple of queer people, and like sometimes their opinions like kind of permeate through what they're talking about. But I mean, it's a very just informative podcast. Yeah, it's really good. All they're concerned about is like pointing out what the media got wrong about certain things.
I listened to the 2 episodes recently that were really, really good, just to piggyback on that. And that is the episode about the McDonald's hot coffee case.
That's very good.
Is a fantastic episode. And I learned a lot from that I didn't know about that, which is, wow, that episode's really something.
Basically, the lady who got burned got fucked
No, she got fucked up. Like, and she deserved more than she got, and they ended up taking away a lot of what they gave her, and it was really fucked up.
McDonald's was so in the wrong there.
Yeah, 100%.
They were institutionally, to save money, like, putting a lot of people at risk. And when one of them finally got the risk that they were putting them on, like, she called him out, and the media was like, oh, but McDonald's is right. Like, oh, she just spilled some hot coffee in her lap.
It melted her skin, right?
Yeah. It was 180-degree coffee.
She had to get skin grafts.
Nearly
it was
boiling, which is like coffee only ever needs to be 120 to 140 degrees. Like there was no reason for them to have it that fucking hot. It's
absolutely. Yeah.
It's fucked up. That episode was really good, and the episode I listened to today that was amazing was the about the Tipper Gore hearing for like the Satanic Panic censorship in music for the music industry. A couple of things that were amazing about that episode is like you get to hear a little bit of Frank Zappa's testimony, which is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to that?
I prefer D. Snider's because D. Snyder's not as big of an asshole.
That's true, but like Frank Zappa, he's so fast and he's so you listen to him talk and you're like, this dude's fucking smart, like 100%.
Frank Zappa's smart as fuck,
but he's like such a fucking dick. Like everything he says is like an insult to them, but he's also like 1000% factually correct and like super quick-witted. But he's also being a fucking dick.
He is the proto edgelord.
Yeah, he's really something. But then D. Snyder comes in and is just like so on it.
Yeah,
like
D. Snyder's great.
He's like so on it, and like all of his answers are like super good.
That's
really
one thing
cool.
that I liked is whereas Frank Zappa is more like proselytizing to them and just like giving a speech.
And he's talking down to them too, and he's like, "This is fucking stupid for all these reasons," and he's right.
Yeah, whereas D. Snyder is literally just answering the questions well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On
Totally.
the flip side, and to where, so I feel like D. Snyder makes him look like bigger assholes because he's playing by their rules and still winning. Whereas Frank Zappa is more like, oh no, these are my rules now. I'm just going to talk at you, which is cool. And he wasn't wrong. Yeah. And Tipper Gore was ultimately wrong, but still, Frank Zappa is still a fucking asshole.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice shirt, dude.
God damn it.
What do you got to recommend, Spencer?
Sometimes I'm like waiting for so long. I'm like, come on, Brit, do the thing.
No, that's good.
No, thank you so much. So I got, I'm going to have to I have too many recommendations, so I'm going to have to narrow it down here by a lot, but I'm going to pick one thing. And that is I've been catching up on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Love it. Wow.
And I just finished the 9th season, which I had not seen before. And it was fucking amazing. I recommend wholeheartedly the 9th season of Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's an amazing show because for a lot of reasons, but one of the things that I think is amazing about it is you can jump in at any point in that show. Any season of that show you could watch without any previous knowledge and still really enjoy it.
If I hadn't seen most of Curb Your Enthusiasm, just jumping right into 9?
Sure. Yeah. I think that's fine. I mean, I would say start earlier. I would say jump into season 7 and then watch from seven onward.
Is 7 or 8 the one with Michael J. Fox?
8 is the one with Michael J. Fox.
That one's so good.
7 is the one where Leon joins the cast. JB Smoove.
Didn't he join before that, but then he becomes permanent there? Because the White family stays with him for like an entire season.
That's season 7.
But then they all leave. Really?
Yes.
I thought that was sick. Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure that's season 7.
Because there's a whole season where they stay with him, and then he lives with them alone without the rest of the family for another season, and then they move to the apartment, if I recall correctly.
I don't remember, dude. Well, it's been a minute. Yeah. Anyways, that's a show. It's been going on for a long time, right? And they don't do like super consistent seasons. They do like a season here, like every.
They've done 2 seasons in the last 6 years.
Yeah. But it's just incredible. It's so funny. Like I would say, honestly, yes. Watch season 9. It's amazing. You don't need to know anything about the show or the characters to watch it. And
I've only seen like 2 or 3 episodes here and there, so.
It's so fucking good. Like, and season 9 that I recently watched is like that one's. They play with the formula more than I expected. Like, it's more just like situational. I mean, it's always situational comedy, but in this one, there's less of like the grand like overarching structure, and it's more just like all of this fucking weird shit is happening, and it's super funny, and all of the things that happen are funny, and all of the reactions to it are funny. It's just really good. That show's amazing, and it's amazing that it's still as strong as it is. You know, like
this far into it,
it's been good for a long time. But like season 9 came out in 2017, and it's still like amazing. So
oh yeah,
big recommend. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Indeed,
it's amazing. Watch it, laugh.
Awesome.
It's one of the few shows that so when I watch comedy by myself, I don't always like laugh a lot.
Right.
Because a lot of like my laughter comes from like the experience of enjoying that with another person, right?
Yeah, comedy is a social activity.
Totally, 100%. Curb Your Enthusiasm is one of the only shows that can have me like crying laughing by myself. Like that literally happened in season 9, like multiple times. There are points in that season where
that's a huge endorsement.
It is. It's incredible.
I mean, not a huge endorsement because I mean, even though he rarely cries laughing, he's crying alone all the time. So.
That is true. That is true. You're not wrong. Wrong.
All it takes is a laugh. And then,
that's true. Yeah.
Sometimes combining the two is great. So.
I guess so.
Hell yeah. Well, with that, it brings it to my favorite part of the show.
Oh, is it?
Yes, indeed it is.
Bucket joke. Bucket joke. Bucket joke. Bucket joke.
Oh my god. So can I do an intro set for you?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. This is the part of the show where we tell jokes.
Yeah.
Well, mostly Brit tells jokes, but I tell jokes sometimes.
Yeah, Spencer just started telling jokes.
Yeah.
He's had like a good one so far.
Yeah. I'm going to start this off with a long form joke. Lars Ulrich is waiting in line for a ride at an amusement park. Mm-hmm. As he reaches the front of the line, the ride attendant exclaims, "What on earth makes you think you should be riding this ride?" Lars is taken aback. He's like, what do you mean? He says, I'm the drummer for Metallica. I collect art and I have a weird Instagram. I've brought joy to millions through music. That's all great, sir, the ride attendant says as he extends his hand above Lars's head. But you must be this tall to ride.
Fair. How tall is he?
Not tall enough to ride that ride.
5'7"? Okay.
And
is this at Buckethead Land, do you think?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
100%.
All right.
What do the 1999 Grammy nominees for Best Metal Performance and the Big Four of thrash metal have in common?
I don't know what.
Metallica shouldn't be on either list.
Agreed.
Okay.
Wait, what did they get nominated for in 99?
You know who? Okay, Metallica.
Garage Inc.?
Well, no, check this. So, Reload.
Reload came out? Oh, okay. So, yeah.
So Metallica won for a song off of Reload, which is the most, it's called Better Than You, and it's a really forgettable and shitty song. You know who they won over?
Who?
Rammstein's Du Hast.
No shit. Du Hast fucking fucks.
Fucking exactly.
That's one of the best pop metal songs ever written.
I cannot believe that they gave that to fucking Reload over Du Hast.
Have you ever watched the Grammys? I can believe that.
No, I haven't, because the Grammys are fucking terrible.
Yeah, they're fucking dog shit.
I wouldn't expect the Grammys to have a good opinion on anything,
no,
really.
They never have.
Much less metal.
Like, Gojira has gotten a fucking 2 Grammys, I think.
Gojira's alright, but they're not
fine,
Grammy worthy.
Yeah, they're not Grammy. Like,
yeah. Anyway, okay. I have 2 more jokes.
Mm-hmm.
This is a joke only for musicians.
Good. Okay, well, you're in good company.
Why did the goth band get kicked off of their first post-pandemic show?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Too many coffin cases.
Oh, my God. Shut up.
That made me smart.
Yes. Anyways, lastly, before we hand the floor to Brit, what do you call an argument between 2 vegans that escalates to full-on homicide?
Beef.
I don't know, but it's beyond beef.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Brit straw, everyone. Here we go.
Let's give a hand for that Spencer Hodge, huh?
Nah.
How about that Spencer? I'd like to give him a hand, a backhand across his stupid fucking face.
Thanks.
All right. What do a police precinct and a psychobilly dude's floor have in common? Well, both are full of dirty wife beaters.
Beautiful.
Oh my.
What did Janis Joplin and former USS Enterprise security chief Tasha Yar have in common? Well, both of them had unfortunate incidents involving black tar. Hey, why do people still bother to pay attention to aged rock star Josh Homme? No one knows.
Oh, nice. It's because he plays in the somewhere.
Why did Chuck Berry decline to work with Scatman Carruthers?
That's the whole joke.
No. It gets better. Well, because he already had Scatwoman cameras.
Oh, wow.
It's dark, bro.
Wow.
Why did Gary Glitter insist on working with
no.
R. Kelly in the 1990s?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, because both of them were very popular musicians on sports soundtracks.
Whoa.
So you actually might know this, Ronin, since you're a big Kanye fan. So half of Kanye's 22 Grammys are in hip-hop performance. What are the other half in?
I don't know.
Well, Kim Kardashian's new bathroom. After her recent divorce with Kanye, what has Kim Kardashian decided not to have any more of?
I don't know.
Well, Grammys is part of the settlement. What has at least 60 feet,
Oh, no.
and 12 heads, but it's entirely controlled by its asshole? Well, Lars Ulrich's drum set.
Damn, I tried to write a Lars Ulrich drum set joke today, too, but I failed at it.
Yeah.
Well,
There's the other good. Let's see. What has 3 feet and a big dick on top?
Lars Ulrich's drum throne.
There you go.
There you
Amazing.
go.
Amazing.
Did you write these Kanye jokes just for me?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah. So whenever we have a guest, I find out like what musician they like the most and just shit on them.
Yeah.
It doesn't always go over super well. Yeah.
No, I absolutely love it.
Speaking of Kanye, although he's been known for his elaborate rhythmic layering in the past, what is one rhythm Kanye West refuses to perform in? Well, the daily rhythm of taking his prescribed medication.
Oh, so true.
Speaking of more Kanye, what does Kanye West's Donda and Abbey Road have in common?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, at least a quarter of the performers assault women.
Fuck.
What has 6 strings, a crass cymbal, and smells like shit?
Oh, so many people.
A crust punk's pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's black and white and platinum and dangerous to children?
I don't know.
Drake.
As a biracial person, I find that offensive.
Oops.
My favorite thing right now, real quick, is going on to the Drake. Drake's the type of guy posts and just being like, Drake's the type of guy who's a sexual predator, and just like leaving that in the comments.
just like something super literal, and they're like, "What do we do with this?"
Yeah. People have not been reacting to that very well, but
fuck them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna close out on this one. Some more Drake for you. Why was Drake disappointed when he learned that Millie Bobby Brown was 17?
I don't know. I don't think I want to know.
Well, because on Stranger Things, she was 11.
Bucket joke.
Wow. Wow, with that, we've reached the end of the show. Look at that. Hey, hey, Ronin, where can we follow you on the internet? Is there anything you want to plug?
Yeah. What
follow me on Instagram at Ronin Aurelia. No spaces or underscores or anything, I think. I don't know. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Spotify. I've got my music up there, Ronin Aurelia.
Tight.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer, where can we find you?
At my website, spencer.zone. That's SPENSER.ZONE.
Hell yeah. And you can find me at Dog Vorbis most places. But if you really want to hit me up, just go to our A Bucketcast on pretty much anything.
Hell yeah.
Hit us up there. I'll respond to you.
Or maybe I'll log in one day and respond to you.
Yeah, or, one of us might block you, depending on what you say. Like,
depending on who it is that responds. If it's me, I probably won't block you, but Brit,
I love blocking people. It's my favorite
I've
thing.
blocked like 3
What if it's Jordan Vine?
Oh.
I think that you would like freak out. You would like text me a
Oh,
lot
I would.
if fucking Jordan
I
Vine
would,
messaged us.
I would piss my trousers like a Tool fan.
Starstruck.
Yeah, but you don't have the diaper that a Tool fan would have.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, a diaper is really what you believe it is.
That's true.
I think
that's true.
I think that's on lateralis.
Yeah. I know the diapers fit.
I mean, I know the PP shit.
There you go. That's classic. It's iconic. All right. Well, with that, let's wrap up the show.
Hell yeah. We'll wrap it up like a hoagie. In a condom.
Yeah.
Condom hoagie.
Yeah,
This has been Britain.
And this has been Spencer.
And this has been Ronin.
You've been listening to Gettin Head, a Bucketcast. stay greasy, Bucketheads.
Namaste.